Okay. Okay. Hello, please. Okay. Oh shit, I got gifted a pirate software sub. What are the fucking odds of that? There's like 10,000 people in this chat. Nuts. And I was just fucking AFK rated there all day. Okay. Hello please, hello please. Okay, so our splines are actually good now. They're good for the most part. Ooh, look at this formation. Oh, this would be a cool procedural occurrence. If I could ever get that. Unreal Engine, hello please. There we go. There we go. Pew, 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 pew. It is taking a while to load up this time. Is it because I restarted my computer since the last time? Okay. Alright, check this shit out. There's our mountains. There they are. Now, we have an oopsie part right here. And I know why. I have identified the issue, and I'm going to be fixing it. I'm going to be fixing it today. This one, I'm actually kind of surprised it worked out correctly. Okay, so here's another one. So what's happening is... Select first spline, let me show you. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that one's good. It's actually spline component 0. Boom, 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 boom. So what happens is we start actually on the first one, but we need the last one too. So as we iterate through all the points of this biome, it goes clockwise here. We get to this one, that's the last one we need. And so we skip the rest of these, and then we get to this one and we add it. That's obviously not correct. So I have this to do here to remind me of what I need to do to fix this, which is, what did I write here? Make sure that added spline points are not wrapped around, i.e. when spline points include discontiguous first, and is discontiguous not a word? Seems like it is. Adding that to the dictionary. There we go. First and last, possibly points. Okay, so what we need to do is, we do still need to iterate through this. This is where we're, yeah, this is where we're getting the points. We've got all the points we need, now we're just going to iterate through. Yeah. And so we would need to stitch back together the, we would need to, yeah. I suppose there may be some logic here for doing this as we iterate. And that would be like what? When we skip an index? So, I mean, this case that's happening multiple times is when it's like the first and the last one. I'm wondering about other scenarios. Let's maybe teleport around a little bit. Let's go try to find some like weird ones. There's some weird sections over here, so I'm gonna go check out over here. Okay, pop out. It's a crazy looking mountains, man. That's empty because it's a zone border chunk, if I'm not mistaken. Entrance chunk, yes. That's what I meant, entrance. These actually surprisingly all look good. Now they're going straight through the water, which is something we will deal with later. Not worried about that problem right now. But these all look quite nice. Now, do we have two entrances here? What is this? What is this? What do I have here? So this is this one? Let's go up there. So is that an entrance? Yep, is entrance chunk. What is this guy? What are you doing, sir? Are you an entrance? No, this one is not an entrance. Show me your splines. That one has no spline, no points. Uh-oh. What happened here? Q.is normalized. Okay, so we had a Fuxy Wuxy spline here. I don't know what happened. So, if I'm not mistaken, this shouldn't be a border at all. So I'm getting like the nearest X number of splines, but there's actually a max distance to it as well. I don't want to check for anything that's too far as well. No, because I'm only checking the neighbor chunks. Ugh, excuse me, I'm only checking my neighbor chunks points, right? Yeah, so I don't think I would ever be adding one that's too far from what I want. So I already, okay, skipping that problem. We're gonna skip that problem. One of the ways I could solve this is like if I just skip an index, of the border spline point, just, you know, prepend it instead. To the very beginning, insert at 0, essentially. But I don't know if that would have any drawbacks, because there could be... Honestly, oh, how do I do the last one? So honestly, it should this should follow the same rules as the splines do when I calculate them. For like when I start a new one, when I don't. Yeah. So let's make it continuous. Let's work on making these contiguous first. I think that's actually the first problem that I want to solve. Let me look up how to do that. Unreal Engine. What is this? Go away. Stop that. How to make spline continuous. Do I just need to add the... Let me look in... I don't have the editor open. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna... Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll figure it out ourselves. Okay, so once I get to the end of a spline, calculate border spline. Oh, this is a monster function. Let's change borders to something like border point sets. Okay, so I don't actually create, I guess I don't actually create the spline until here. Okay, so here's where I do the I guess that's where I should do the contiguous spline. Border spline, set spline points, a new spline. Okay, and I did figure out a way to get this to show up on... Why is that colored like that? Am I using that anywhere? I suppose in my calculations I'm only getting one. Where am I using that? Okay. Okay, we're gonna change a lot here. Do I want to? No, we're not. We're not gonna change a lot right here. We'll do it in a bit. We will do it in a bit. Okay. Okay. So that should show up in the details panel now that I've done that. What was I wanting to do here? I was wanting to... yeah, make sure that they were contiguous. I'm just setting spline points here. So let me actually see. New spline, set spline points. Continue. B, allow continuous spline. Whether the splines leave and arrive tangents can be different. Wrap? Is that... okay, now I'm actually confused, because I thought continuous meant something else when it came to splines. I mean, I guess it won't, like, fully matter. Contiguous. Or maybe I should say, can a spline wrap around? What's the fucking terminology I'm looking for? Continuous, right? Like, can you go all the way around and connect it back? Can a spline circle? Should I just be circle? What's the, like, how do you, let me open up the engine. I gotta look at what it's, like, what it's called in the engine here now. I gotta play with some settings. What is this? What is this? What, you mad that I just wrote a word and didn't do anything with it? Really? Come on. I mean, it looked like from that post I was just looking at that splines can be continuous circles. So I'm going to click play here, and then I'm going to find a biome where it can be, which I think red should be able to be. No, but blue should. I'm gonna guess blue is like 93, if I'm remembering correctly. No, 92. Ooh, so close. 91. Oh, it was 95. Okay, so where is our break here? Wait, do we even have one? Okay, we do. It's just being drawn over by something else, I believe. Okay, so... draw closed loop. Let me see, if I click that, what happens? Okay. So that's great and all, but that actually doesn't fucking help me because I'm just using the spline to subsection. I don't want everyone to be a closed loop. So I guess... Well, no, I do, because if I just need to say something like if new spline get spline point at new we should do like a num splines, right? Num spline points. Well, that just gets the last one, right? Num spline points -1. And I think we can just do, it doesn't matter what coordinate space we're in, really. Can you do an F vector equal? Okay, that's what it wanted, with some tolerance. Okay, I mean that's a new tool for me. I've kind of forgotten that that exists. Oh, I see what it wants. Okay, dot position dot equals. Okay, so let's do this. And I don't actually need to, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that I needed to do it through the spline. I can just do if first point equals last point with a tolerance of, what's my max tolerance? I don't have access to that in this class here. Don't have access to that. So I would need to get a reference to endless terrain. That's what I'm calculating my max distance off of. I'm doing that in here, right? Max port. No, I'm doing it in my biome component when I'm calculating the splines. There we go. So let's put this should I do get? I should probably do like a get max distance on that. This will be a float get max spline point distance. Just inline that. Okay, so I guess when I'm spawning this thing, I can just pass in. v max spline float max spline point dist. It should be set to false by default, so just if it's close enough, we'll set it to a closed loop. Okay, so we will need to rebuild there, and then we can take a look at some of those. I think I should probably set draw debug equal to false, circular dependency detected, of course. So we need endless terrain here. Okay, we're not going to inline that then. Okay, give me that. Okay, does that fix the issue? But before I do that, actually that can compile, whatever. This one, new spline, set draw debug false. I don't want them just like showing by default there. And also, no, that's where we create the splines. So there, and then in here, we create splines in here as well. That compile successfully? Oh my god, 28 actions. Okay, we're rebuilding again. Why is this one, like, all I did was add some calls here. Why is this one taking so much longer? Wait, 46 actions? What? What is happening? The fuck did I change? Okay. Concerning. What is this? What is happening here? Why would that matter? Local state. Oh, it's a thread thing. Ugh. Ugh. Now, is it because this was working fine before? Is it because I put the draw debug before it? Is that why? Ah, yeah, it's after it here. Okay, so rerun it. 4 actions this time. 4 actions this time. 3 hops this time. Cha cha, real smooth. Okay, where did this happen at? Okay, so why doesn't this want to be registered now? Like, I don't understand why this is happening now. The only thing that changed was draw debug. Can I register it? Whoops. Oh my god, what is happening? What? What is the condition? It's data race detected. Okay. Okay, so something else is trying to write to what exactly? If I do that, does it make it any better? Okay. It's fine now, I guess. Totally fine now. Okay, what biome was that I was looking at before? 95? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that one's not contiguous. But if I were to click on this guy here, okay, so I believe some of these should have gotten set to, or not contiguous, closed loop is what they call it. Some of these should have been. Wait, no, I didn't want to close loop them. Wait, why? No, why did I want to do that? That's not what I wanted to fucking do. God damn, why am I being a potato brain today? Why am I potatoing today? No, I didn't care about making it a closed loop at all, right? Yeah, that doesn't make a difference here. It's the goddamn order. Ignore this. Okay, so what did I do in the biome component? I had some logic for like patching them up at the end. Yeah, it was this. Stitch disjoint borders is what I would like to call this. Okay, I kind of want to make this static if I can. It should be an array of arrays of vector. Border points sets, update, yes. Is that all? Max distance, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Max distance to do so, yes. Static void. Okay, I mean that should actually, and it modifies it, right? So this should actually be a reference. Yeah. We are going to modify that, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, okay, so let's put this... And I'll show you what we're going to do with this. Border point set, stitch disjoint border splines. Okay, so let's rebuild, rebuild here. And I'm just going to make sure that this still works and that I didn't break anything. And then I'm going to use this same function to stitch together any splines that I need. Ah, fuck, this, no, oh god, I just thought about a scenario that's going to suck. Okay, I was just gonna what I was gonna do is anytime I skipped a point to add when I'm creating the spline subsection, I would just treat it as a new border and then stitch them together. But there's a scenario where there's like a bridge or a neck chunk, and it would like if you have two bigger sides and then a small side, like one chunk connecting two bigger. Two bigger biomes, and you got the 2 points of the center chunk, it would stitch it together there, which is not what I would want. It specifically has to be if it's the last one in the previous, not in the previous, of the same border. Okay, so this specifically has to be done here. So I do need to iterate. Okay, I do need to iterate here. Current point. Okay, so how am I gonna deal with the input keys? Should I even? I guess I have to do the input keys after, right? Ugh. Can I do the input keys after? No, I think I have to do them. What if I reordered the points better? Up front. What if I did that? Let me make sure this is working before I... Bro, okay, okay. Still didn't work. Okay, so we're gonna have to deal with that fucking annoying condition. But these are still looking... They're still looking... Yeah, okay. They're still looking the same. Cool. Okay. Oh my god. Ugh. So annoying. So annoying. Biome component, calculate border spline. Well, no, it'll be in the get neighbor chunk. Get neighbor chunk splines. Yes, get rid of that now. Yeah, I was gonna do this here. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. And what do I want to do? I guess I basically want to see if the last spline point... I'm only checking the first one too. Ugh. Yeah, we need to change this now, don't we? Order splines. Oh god, is this how I want to do this? When I calculate border splines, I do end up putting them, okay, I do end up putting them on the zone border, okay. Okay, so we're gonna have a T-array of U spline components. Get border splines for chunk cord. Then I need to do another loop for each. Oh, this is getting nasty. Okay, so I need to make sure. The logic is if my points that I've generated, what are they? Biome to edge points contains the last one, the last point in the spline. Start there. I'm Moxie. Yeah, I need like a starting index for like adding the point. And it should probably be a while loop if that's the case. Yeah, because I'm going to conditionally yeah, okay, so this is going to be a while spline subsection dot get number of spline points is less than edge points. Wait, what am I iterating over? Biome to edge points. While it's less. In 32, index equals 0 there for a second. Index is greater than or equal to spline section number of points. No, we don't break. What we do is index equals 0. So that's how we're going to wrap around to the beginning. And this is just going to be my new comment for why I'm doing this. Just make that I. Okay, so now what I need to do is I just need to get the starting index. Equals wait, no, that's not gonna work. God, dude, I'm being such a potato brain today, man. Oh my god, this is such an annoying algorithm for how small of a problem this is. It is probably going to be a while loop. So what I want to do, I want to get the last one. How am I gonna handle discontiguous? Because this is gonna be a fucking issue. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to make a new spline for each time I don't go in a row. Yeah, I need to just like break it off, and then after I'm done with that, I just need to go through all those and check if like the last of one of them is the last point. And if I have the first point. If I have the first and last points, I need to stitch them together. That's gonna be the logic. Okay. Okay, so let's make a function for you spline component. Actually put this on the terrain chunk. Then I'll just copy all that other stuff. Yeah, because that's gonna get real annoying to copy and paste everywhere. Probably should have done that a while ago. Okay. Okay, and then return spline. Dude, I can't spell a goddamn thing. Okay, create new border spline. Yes. Oh my god, so the only reason I added these splines to begin with to the terrain chunk was so that I could see them. So that I could debug. We'll just roll with it. Fuck it. Yeah, and change that back to like a 4i. Okay. Okay. So, I need to know what my last... Get rid of that. Added index is. Equals I. Okay, and so if I've added one, I'll say if is not equal to index none, and last added index is not equal to I minus 1. I actually need to check this first. If it's not equal to index none and last added index is not the last index, it's not the most previous index. Then we need to break it off. If we just do that, is that fine? We break it off and add a new spline? Guess I need to update Spline as well. Splines.add subsection. Now, when I get to the end of this border spline, this is where I need to stitch back together. So we'll take that. Last point location equals position, but then I need to get the spline subsection. Splines is like a running, yeah. I need an array to store each of these two splines here. If less than or equal to 1, we just continue. Skip the rest. Could there ever be more than 2 created from that type of scenario? I mean, I guess anything's possible, right? Okay, so I need to find now I guess I could keep track of it as I'm iterating through here. Oh god, that would be so confusing to put in there. Yeah, essentially I just need to know... Like, I need to store, like, the spline with the last point location and the spline with the first point location. If those are different splines, I need to connect them. Okay, that's going to be the check here. Okay. Okay, so then I'll need a use spline component. First point spline equals null pointer. Last point spline equals null pointer. Okay. First point spline equals spline subsection. I should do this afterwards, yeah. Afterwards. And then rather than doing this continue, I'll just say something like ban the bot. Alright, banned. Hey Deos though, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, I feel like. Okay, so yeah, if these splines are different, if first point spline is not equal to last point spline, then I need to stitch them together. Okay. I was messing around in Godot because it got a Visual Script add-on. It basically got Scratch, like the programming language thing. While they're not equal to each other, I basically need to... I suppose I would need to iterate backward... No. Yeah, I would need to iterate backwards through the last point spline. I equals last point spline dot get number of spline points minus 1. Okay. Yes, was testing it in 3D and 2D. Nice. Maybe their competition will force Unreal Engine to write better documentation. Stranger things have happened. Yes, for I. Am I still? I'm not in still at 4. Okay, yeah. This is a, this is a fucking gnarly ass function. And so for each of these, first point spline, add point, yeah, I need to create like a fucking completely new spline, don't I? Spline, what is this? What are you doing here, Copilot? No, that's not quite what I want. What would I want to do here? I need to like clear the first point spline, but yet save the get spline points. I managed to make a little platformer, 2D movement, infinite jump. Nice. Like the hello world of game dev. making a box move on the screen or whatever. Why can't I? Can I just get an array of spline points, please? Do I really do I really need to? Do I really need to like iterate through? God, I'm doing so much iteration, man. What does this return? Metadata. I don't want these separate though. I want all the points. Yeah, probably gonna be nothing here. Oh, why Unreal Engine? Why must you make my life more difficult? Yeah. Okay. I can make a box move, I can make a capsule move in 3D. Add sprint. Nice. How do I want to do this? I need to store the points of the first spline. I can just do 4 each here, I suppose. No, I can't because of 4. I need to do another fucking 4i. Jesus Christ, not that. First. Should I even be doing it like this? Or should I be checking up here? I should do it up there. Yeah. Oh my god, okay. That was all for nothing. I don't know. Dude, I've been such a potato brain today that it's been going slow. So basically, I need to check. Oh no, because I need to know if it's the last point in a spline. So maybe this is the way I should do it. I would have to iterate over the border splines anyway to check that. Yeah, my brain is definitely mashed potatoes tonight. Okay, we're gonna keep going with this, because I mean this should still work, it's just really nasty looking. T array of F spline points. Alright, but then I have to add it, I have to transform the location and everything. Spline points, that's not what I want. Border first. Spline points, first point spline. Get component transform dot transform position spline point dot position. Oh, this is so nasty. Okay, now I can fucking add and save that spline point. And then I will need to iterate backwards through this. Essentially do the same thing. But instead, first I need to clear spline points now. And then I will add point, spline point. Okay, and then once we add all of those, I should be able to just add points now after that, because it should be in the right order. Add points, T-array spline points, nice, okay. Okay, these have been stitched back together, good lord. I hate splines. They're missing some crucial functions. Good god, is this gonna fucking work? We should rebuild. We should just rebuild. Alright. So the problem I was having is when I'm getting a chunk's nearest spline points, I can potentially grab discontiguous points. What I mean by that is points that are at the end of the border spline and points that are at the beginning, but not points that are in the middle. And so what that would happen would be it would connect some of the first points to the end points and skip the ones in the middle. We do want to skip the ones in the middle, but we want it to connect in a line and not wrap around. So I had to do all that shit to basically be like, hey, if the last point and first point are in two different spline components, get rid of them. And I should like delete the last spline point? Yeah, I should like clear spline points on that one. And then it's just gonna be an empty. I should like delete it, right? But we'll do that in a sec. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. What the hell was I doing here? Yeah, I don't need any of that anymore. Rebuild. Okay, what happened here? Good number of spline points. We didn't like that. Why didn't we like that? I should check if they're null. That would make sense. What's wrong here? Was that your Windows? What do you mean? Let's see what my spline points are. The sound? I don't remember. We have 5 points on the first point spline. What is save spline points? 3, and then last point spline should be 2. Yes, okay. What is this saying? Oh, I need to change the input keys. Duh. Duh. Okay, yeah, I can do that real quick. I can do that. So spline point dots input key equals last point spline get number of points plus I. Correct. And then if I'm adding backwards here, then it should be input key equals -1 -I, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because that's effectively 0, and then it's moving backwards. I think that's right. Okay, that didn't fix it. Did it? Why would that have happened here, though? It happened at a completely different spot. Wait, I'm just... input key equals spline subsection, get number of points. Okay, so this... Okay, yeah. That needs to happen at a different point. Where would that need to happen at? Yeah, it would need to happen right there. So it's after we create the new one? Okay. Okay, that one is a thread issue. I know about that one, we can skip that one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, it fixed the issue! Okay, so yeah, this... It was connecting right here before. And it fixed that one. Yay! This one, however... Uh-oh. What is happening there? What is happening there? I can't believe that worked on the first try. Like, I mean, obviously, I had to... The logic was right on the first try. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, what's happening here? What kind of a... Why are you adding that point? That is 0, 0. Why are you adding 0, 0? You shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing that. Is that in map generator? Should there ever be... I don't think there should ever be a border at 0, 0, because 0, 0 is in the middle. I don't know why this would be happening. Oh, I need to clear spline points somewhere, right? Yeah, when I create the new one. Oh, I am. Let me check here, because I know one of the things that was tripping me up the other day, and I spent fucking hours trying to figure out what the hell was going on, was that when you create a spline, it creates a spline point by default at 0. Which is really fucking annoying. But if I do create new border spline, that clears the spline points when it creates it, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Now, I'm wondering, I mean, I clear spline points there, and I clear it on the last one as well. This doesn't, like, add one. Hi, Moxie. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that would, where is this errant point coming from? That point should not be being added. How many splines I got here? I got a lot of splines. That's right. Okay, select first one. So that's the green biome one. This one is the empty one. That we probably got rid of stuff there. Okay, so what is 4 looking like? 4 is empty as well. So, it's something to do, it is something to do with this code. It is, but I clear spline points on each of them. Per spline point. Remove from root. What does remove from root do? I don't think that's what I want. I want something like this, and then remove owned component. We're going to get rid of the last spline, essentially. So if I do this, does it remove it? Maybe I can just do promote children? No. Ignore that, I don't want that. Destroy components. Yeah, it already does it. So I can just destroy component and not have to worry about cleaning it up. Yeah, so destroy that. Let's see if that gets a little cleaner for us, so we can actually figure out where that errant point is coming from. I'm gonna run to the bathroom while that builds real quick as well. Okay. Okay, does this look any cleaner? Can we get some more information from the cleanliness of this chunk here? So here's a chunk we stitched back together. Okay, so it actually happened here as well. And I didn't realize it before. Okay, so it's happening in multiple places. How many do I have now? Okay. Okay, so my 0. Yeah, that's red, looking good. First point here. Okay, so this would have been the green biome border. Two is completely empty. 3. Yeah, okay, so that's not working correctly. Yeah, okay, so I spoke too soon. The logic is not happening correctly. Close to the right. So this is not happening correctly. I think probably the order that we're adding them in is quite wrong. Wait, were they actually? It seemed like they were in two different. They were actually in two different splines. It seemed. Ah, here's what's wrong. Okay, that should help quite a bit. Okay. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, we fixed the... Ooh. I almost spoke too soon yet again. Okay, so... Bit of an issue here. Yes. Okay, so this guy has a 0. And what biome is this? Is like biome like 103 or something like that? Yeah. Ah, okay. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. So I think I am adding them in a bit wrong of an order. This is a good test. This is a good test. Okay, so just remember this is the first and this is the last point. And so when I click the first one here, first point is the last point. Yeah, okay, so the input keys are incorrect. for the last points. So I'm reverse iterating, adding, and then adding the. No, I shouldn't be reverse iterating here. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. And then the input key here is just I. Well, that got quite a bit simpler, didn't it? It's usually how it goes with me. Like, once I figure out the right answer, it's actually simpler than what I thought it was. Okay, yes, I know you're being a diva. I know, Unreal Engine. God. Okay, how are we looking? Yes. Yes, now we're nice and clean. Yes, okay. That's to be expected. These gaps are to be expected because these are nope, zone entrance chunks. That's why. So we will want to remove the points there from the splines, and then everything else should handle that. Oh, it's looking nice. Okay, let's go around the world. So I was looking up over, like, where was I? I was like up in here, I think. Checking stuff out, and it was looking weird. Checking stuff out, and it's looking weird. Yeah, that one right there. I don't think that one should have been. Checking stuff out, and it's looking weird. Yeah, so those shouldn't have been connected. Now I get the joy of finding out which biome this is. And how I do that is I just press the down key until it pops up on my screen. There we go, 45. Okay, so those two are... fuck. Okay, so there's a max distance. Okay, I know what to do now. I know what to do now. I know how to fix that. Yes, I do. I know how to fix that. How about you? Okay, so at first and last point, and first point is not equal to last point, and first point spline dot, it's a vector, right? Or no, first spline point is a vector dot equals, right? No. First spline point log. Okay. Equals last spline point log. The tolerance of max dist. Okay, so get max spline point distance. Okay, that'll fix that issue. 100%. I am 100% about that, if I did it correctly. Yeah. Yeah, we've got some thread lock issues there. We will get that figured out eventually. There it goes. And it's gone. And it's gone! Nice. Nice. Where else should I check out, huh? Where else? Let's check out the island. Is that a entrance chunk? It is. Okay, blended quite weirdly there, but that's okay. It do be blending straight into the ocean though. The ocean. Okay, that looks good. Stand up. Where else? Where else would be an interesting? Let's try to find one with like ooh, this will be a good one right here. Right around here. Nice. Oh, that's actually what I was wanting. Very weirdly shaped zone. But we want weird. Weird is good. Weird. Uh-oh. Do we got an entrance chunk here? We do. Okay. And what's going on here? The chunks just aren't rendered. Okay, that's fine. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell if they're how perfectly correct they are or not. Nice. Okay, sick. What other kind of scenario do I want to check out here? Is there a neck? Can I find a neck or rather oh, here we go. Here it is. This is the scenario I want to see here. See where this yellow, there's a big section and a big section connected by a small little land bridge. Nice. Oh my god, I can't believe I was actually correct. That's uh-oh. Uh-oh. Entrance chunk? Entrance chunk, okay. Okay. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. It is fucking... Okay, let's actually make the mountains look okay now. Rather than the dog shit pointy points that they are. So... I want to do this in, not map display, in map generator. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I can probably get rid of that, maybe? Because that was all debugging stuff. Okay, so right now I am just adding alpha, which is a lot. Now, if I did alpha times 0.25, what would I get? How would this look? Maybe not as bordery. Yeah, less. It is very, very. I mean, it's a little bumpy. It's a little bumpy. We got some noise on there. Now what I could, this looks odd. Okay, that's just because it's colored differently. Okay. So what we could do is generate a new noise map for the mountains. And that could determine some more variance there. And what I also want to do is, let me see if I can integrate the smoothing. Yeah, I know. Every time. You tell this to me every time. I know. Is this an actual exception? Or it's just things aren't getting garbage collected? It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so, map generator, here we go. Now here I want to multiply this by... Let me actually look at the curve. I should have the curve still, right? I'm using it somewhere here. It's probably in here. No? Oh, it's in noise data, right? Fall off curve dot get get float value. So this is actually going to cap it a bit. So I wonder, I think I know what I'll want to do with this. Is there a way float curve dot max? What can I do with a float curve? And what does get float? Is that just like access the float curve eval, and eval does what now? How expensive is this? It iterates through the keys, if I'm seeing this correctly. Wait, no, there's no for. Oh, there's a while here. Okay. Now, is there a last? Float curve. Get last key. Dot value. Okay, so what I have here now is the maximum value. This is essentially going to be my max mountain height. Max border height. Now with max border height, I need to look at this curve now actually. Where did I put it? Data? Where is this at? It's in terrain assets. Okay. I have to remember that for the future. Okay, so that's a key. My last key is at 1. Okay, so it's actually the last key value. And so if I went up to, wait, I have it going from 0 to 0.2. Okay, so the two ways I can do this, I can either just add this value on top. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Wait, no, because then that would... that would do what? What would that do? Let me go back and look at the code here. Okay, so I can either just apply the curve to the alpha. The noise map should already have a curve. it's a different curve applied. A curve. Why are you guys barking? What's going on? Okay, nothing. There's nothing going on. Yeah, so I can either... I know, hi Moxie. I can either just apply this curve to the alpha, or I can apply the curve to the overall... No, I shouldn't apply it to the overall, because then I'll lose out on the noise from the noise map, so I should apply this to the alpha only. Now alpha is going to be times 2.5. 0.2, not 2.5, 0.25. Do you, what is your deal? You have the snottiest little nose. Oh, come here, sweetie. You're the snottiest puppy. And you just sneezed on me. That was great, thank you. You're so cute though. Gosh darn it. Okay, I'm gonna put you back down. Yeah, so alpha, I want to clamp it to 0.25, and essentially what I want to do, I have 0.2 here. So yeah, if I get the last value, that is 0.2. Wait, which one's a key? Horizontal is key. Okay, from 0 to 1. Wait, no, this would clamp it down to 0.2, so we don't need to do that at all, actually. Okay, let's do that. I went through all that just to discover I had already done this. Isn't that great? Before I was so rudely interrupted by a pair of puppies. And now we have a much smoother mountaintops. Now, can I run up these? They do seem quite high. These might be impossible to get up. We'll see. There's a little some extra noise here that might help me get up. Probably not though. Yeah, probably not. Interesting. It seems, and maybe it's just because I can't see the terrain very well because it's all red. It seems like I should be able to get up here. It's like, nope, nope. Fun. Okay, I'm gonna take my dog out real quick. I think she wants to go outside if she's not already pottying right now. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have jammy pants. I am back and with jammy pants. It would be nice to, yeah, I mean, if I add extra noise here, then this area shouldn't look so bad. It'll still look a little weird. That's okay. And this area looks a little bit less weird now, because there were 2 splines there, but that's okay, because it's, see, that one still looks quite weird. But yeah, adding the, adding the curve, it's helping quite a bit. Now, yeah, so I want to commit this. Let's commit this code. And then I need to fix the splines getting added. What have I done here? What have I done here? You know, we can even do something like 5,000 as well there, but I'll change that. We don't need any of those. I'll say, what do I want to say? Oh, I still have my BRB thing. Go away. So this commit's going to be something like update border fall off. I'll say update border generator to computate neighbor chunk splines. In order to calculate distance. There we go. Push. Boosh. Oh my god, okay, hang on. Okay. Now we're good. Now we are good. Okay, so we committed that. And what we want to do now is to fix my splines being added when they don't need to be. Rather than... So I'm calculating these splines per biome, and to do so I calculate per chunk. But then in my map generator here, is where I do get distance to closest border spline. Rather, my border splines. Border map, I can get rid of that. So for my border splines, get neighbor chunk spline. So here's where it's adding things, and this is happening async. So I guess maybe what I should do Let me first make sure that this is the issue. We're just going to comment here. And if by doing this it gets rid of those errors, then we know that's the issue. Twas happening quite consistently, so I'll just need to stop, start and stop a few times, and if there's no issues, then there's no issues. Okay, let's rebuild the engine. That seems errant. I'm so glad I got this figured out, though. What I might also do is turn off the coloring now as well. Okay, play. Okay, so it's still happening. Okay, so what I guess because the outer is this, is that the issue? Let's rebuild again. Rebuilding again. Oh my god, I reached the end of heavy rain and thunderstorms. Here we go. Oh, a little stormy in this one. But register, I guess I don't need to register it if I'm not adding it to anything. Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay, so nothing happened. Quit. Let's play. Quit. Play. Okay, so I do think that fixed the issue, so that's good. And then in my landscape auto material, okay, yeah, let's just take that and pop that in there. Save. And let's see our terrain with the regular texture on it. There it is, dude. There it. Oh, what do we have here? Now, is that an issue? I guess the seams are a lot easier to see with this, not uncolored wireframe. Okay, so that is just it's an LOD difference issue. So if I run over there, it should look fine. Yeah, I'm seeing no issues. Now there is a seam here. It's just a lighting seam though, right? Yeah, because it looks pretty flat. If you get up close, you like can't see the difference there. Okay, God, these mountains look so much fucking better than what I had. Whoa. Okay, so now what I can actually do is randomly offset these. And make them more noisy. Uh-oh. So right now they were pretty straight. So I'll open that up, go back to that. Yeah, so they're still like pretty straight and stuff. Let's actually, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna check out something else. So if we go into endless terrain, noise, oh no wait, I don't have it exposed, do I? I do not have it exposed, do I? Nope, okay, so maybe something to add there. To noise data. And what that's going to be is max border distance. So border, am I using that anywhere? Nope, okay. Max border fall off distance. We can change it to 5,000. Let's just see what it looks like when it's a little wider. The mountains. I'll need to rebuild that because it's in a header file. Whee! So this will make them less steep. Going from 3,000 to 5,000, so it's almost double the width. And they should be about, the total mountains should be about the width of a chunk, a little less, but they take up about half of each chunk. And so I should be able to randomly offset the spline point positions. Looks nice. Can we run up it? How steep is it? I should be able to, actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little too wide, probably. Unless I added just some more height onto them. So I think maybe let's just do, I'm going to do 4,000. So now I can go into my noise data here, max border fall off distance 5,000. Let's do 4,000. Okay, can I run up them now? I don't, yeah, maybe I will, because I do have stuff spawning here. Oh. Excuse me. So yeah, this seems nice. Let me look at these in the air here. Yeah, and now those corners look even less substantial, you know. This is nice, dude. This is nice. Okay, let's randomly offset them now. Where do I want to do this? So what am I going to say here? Remove splines from being added to terrain chunk. And the other ones were just like miscellaneous refactors that don't really matter, so I'm not going to call those out in the commit message. Okay, so I guess where I should do this is when I'm getting the neighbor chunk points, maybe? So I want to do it after I do all the distance checks. Yeah, I need to do it after I do all the distance checks, so that doesn't skew those distances. Although I guess it could naturally create some zone entrances if I do that. Maybe I'll try but like the most upstream and the most downstream version of it. And then let the max distance just kind of take care of itself. So biome component, let's do it in first. We'll do it in the last distance first. And so here is the spline position. Now I need a FRNG. Do I have one? I thought I had one in this class already, but I guess I don't. F random stream RNG equals F random stream, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the endless terrain noise data.seed, and then we're just going to add trunk coord.x and trunk coordinate.y, and that'll give us a random stream for that is deterministically random for this chunk for this seed. Ooh, but I'm saving the first point in last point loc. Actually, I don't need the chunk because I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do seed plus. I should do this upstream, actually. I could do it in get edge chunk points. And the edge points that are returned for a given chunk. Yeah, let's check this out here. Okay, here's our random stream. And so let's do float off offsets X. Max offset. What am I? I have no idea what I'm using that for. Okay, but we can throw some other parameters in here, I suppose, to play with it. Float max border point RNG offset. 1,000? That seems like a lot. Although in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. We'll just add that offset. Yeah, let's rebuild. Let's see what happens. I'm fully expecting this to be absolutely awful. Yeah, absolutely awful. Looking. Oxy, what are you barking at? Okay, now we have our max offset set to 1,000. Let's see what happens to our nice, clean borders here. They don't look that different. Did they offset? I don't want to turn the color back on. I don't think they actually ended up getting offset, did they? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so let's turn the color back on to 1. Yeah, I don't think that got, why wouldn't that have gotten offset? Yeah, why? Why? F random range. Oh, this isn't a U property either. Oops. Okay, so we'll need to rebuild just to get that U property to show up. Why? Maybe I'll throw a breakpoint there just to see some of the values that pop out. That should be adding the offset. Okay, let's see. Let us see. Okay, what is our offsets? Yeah, they're okay. So that's not very much, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that's just not very much. 500? I mean. Yeah, I guess it's just not that much. I need to do something way more substantial, because that didn't look anything different to me. So endless terrain going into our max border RNG offset. So let's make it at least as wide as our mountains. That way it'll really switch them up here. hopefully. And oh, okay. Big difference here, I'm noticing. Although it still seems like a relatively straight line. And so if I click on, what is it, 103 is this biome? I mean, it does offset it. It's just offsetting them very uniformly. Which is not what I was expecting. Uh-oh, what is that? We have a gap. I need to run over there. Okay, we're gonna run over there. I have to check out the gap. I have to mind it. They look nice and natural, though. I mean, if you ignore the bright colors, it looks nice and organic. Okay. Shit, of course I can't run up it. Oh, it's by design, of course. Frick. Frick, okay. See, I'll just teleport to the other side. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm swimming. Now, where was that? Now I have to check again where the gap was. Was it on? Oh, it was over here on the other side. Okay, gotta teleport again. Why are you barking? What's going on out there? Ah, shit. Okay, re-teleport. There we go. What's up here? Moxie, it's okay, sweetie. Hey, come here. It's okay. You're okay. Good girl. I know, you scared him away. She's gonna go right back to barking. Wait, am I in the right spot? It's like, okay, yeah, it's right there. And so this is not looking good here. It's not looking good for us. Yeah, that's a gap. That is a gap, for sure. Why would that be the case? Why am I only seeing that in like one spot? I'm wondering if it has to do with the fall-off map being applied. So let me check. Is there any other ocean ones that I can see? And I mean, it actually does look quite a bit less like, I guess I was just hoping to offset them zigzaggedly more. But this makes sense. Especially if so what I'm gonna do here is turn off the colors. No, that's the wrong one. Not that one. Can I run up on the mountain from here? And that's okay. If there are some spots where you can get up on the mountain, I encourage that. That is great. So there did seem to be a yeah, there's a little ridge here because of the noise, but like that is nigh unseeable, I tell you, up close. But yeah, checking these out, and the splines do connect the points, I suppose. Let me offset the points by a whole chunk. Max border point RNG offset 12,000. That is the length of a chunk. So let's see what happens here when we just go extreme with it. Maybe we'll do even more. Oh, damn. Yeah, that really fucked him up. Okay, so maybe it's because of the offsets. Yeah, so I can't do it up to a chunk. Let's make it look at that one. Oh, that would be a fucking wild one. I think 6,000 is probably the most I can get away with. Because that's I think on average how far the points already are from each other. And what I do is I check my neighbor, each chunk checks its neighbor's points to see what it needs to render, and so if you set one more than one off, one chunk off, or then it may not render correctly because it doesn't get its neighbor because it's like too far over. And so that's why. Okay, so it actually does seem to be because of the offset, but maybe it's the offset in combination with the fall off map because I'm not seeing any other examples of that. Ooh, look at that one. That's crazy. I actually thought 4,000 was good. I think 6,000 looked a little too, you know. We'll keep it at 4,000 just to give it a little difference there. And yeah, this is looking good. So now I just want to handle whether or not a point is a fall off or a zone entrance. And I will just like make sure to delete the points for that one. That's my next task. So right now, where's my entrance of this one? Oh, right there and right there. So I think the rule is like, so the white dots are supposed to be the entrances to the zones. And so I think the rule should be like, if you know, the current chunk that we're checking is a zone entrance, or if a cardinal direction zone is a zone entrance, then we don't want to return the points. And so in my calculate border spline, I have a function somewhere for calculate zone border entrances. There we go. And this just adds it to the array. Yes. So I think what I can do is probably pretty simple. If the current chunk color is not equal to the neighbor chunk color, and do I have an is zone? I should have an is zone entrance somewhere. Yeah, but that's in world map, which is weird to me. Whatever. We'll just roll with that. We'll use it. And so is zone entrance chunk. And what am I using this for? Yeah, because I also want to check the neighbors to see if they are. And that might be something that I take care of tomorrow, because I will be getting off. But not first before I, where's my get chunk edge points? I'll add a to do here to remind myself. To do. So for tomorrow, for zone entrance chunks. Banani, hey, how are you doing? What are you working on? Still spline stuff. I'm about to hop off, but I can do a quick. Let me show you. I actually got everything working quite nicely with my border splines. And so all my mountains are there now. We're basically finishing up. Yeah. So this red zone will be this area here, right? And then the blue zone right there. And so we're now rendering mountains with splines rather than doing fall-off maps. And the next thing I'm going to do tomorrow is handle these entrances rather than just not rendering. What I'll do is I'll remove points from the spline where these entrances are, and it'll smoothly blend there. So we're almost done with the spline border saga. The saga continued tonight, and we made major progress, and it looks great. And I'm really happy about that. But I'll be getting off tonight, and I'll be finishing this up tomorrow. Yeah, I just need to check all the white dots. Basically, is what I'm going to check here. These are the entrances, how you get into each zone. I should already have them calculated to what I want them to be. But yeah, I just need to basically check each chunk rather than, you know, each chunk has a function for getting its edge points. And depending on what colors it's next to, like this is just a chunk that's in the middle of this red area somewhere. And so it doesn't have any neighbors that are different colors around it. So it doesn't render any differently. But like these chunks do. Like this is in the blue territory right here. And so the red territory is different color, and so it generates some points on the edge for me to connect into a spline. And for these the white dots, I will simply not render those or not return those points on those chunks. So therefore, when the splines are being created and they're getting the points for a chunk, it will deterministically, randomly create entrances. And you can kind of see it already. It's going to look like that, the entrances into each zone. They're going to look like that, except it's going to be a smooth blend, and so there's not going to be a big gap, a big missing gap right there. Because for these, I just kind of ignored the spline as a first pass. But that'll be something I probably work on tomorrow. Because not only do I kind of need to refactor, so I need to do something like, and world map is zone entrance chunk, chunk chord, check neighbor, And either... actually, I might be able to do this right now. Hang on, this might be really easy. Did I set myself up for success? No, there's no shot. No shot. There's no way I set myself up for success. Hang on. This might be really easy. I said I was getting off, but I feel compelled to try this out. Okay, so... Oh my god, okay, I'm staying on, I guess. I'm staying on. Hey, Odd. Welcome, you all. You all came at a fun moment. Hope you had a great stream, by the way. Hey, Elliot, how you doing? So I finally finished the... You can call me the Spline Daddy now. I'm now the Spline Daddy. I have mastered the Spline, as you can see, with my zone border mountains. We're here for your soul. You can have it. If I get to make games all day, you can have it. I will. That may be something I gladly sell it for. Do you plan on making the mountain larger, or will this be their definitive size? So they're a lot bigger than you might think from that view. So this is the player, and if I try to like run up these mountains, I can't. There's going to be certain sections you can. So like most sections, and I'll kind of look down, like you won't be able to get up these mountains, right? I get blocked right there. Now, it is random, so there's noise, and there's a little bit of noise here that was just naturally raised, so this little section here actually helps me get onto the mountains and into the next zone. Mahjong is a man's, love the project and all the WoW rips. Yeah, love me for the WoW rip-offs, not for any of my own creativity, please, because it's not worth WoW level yet. 40 viewers in 2 seconds. I know, right? I was literally just about to get off. But, fuck it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. We're gonna finish this. So let me show the spline. I want to show the spline first. So this is, I happen to know that this biome that I spawn in is biome 103. There's the spline. And so each terrain chunk here, depending on what color chunks are neighboring it. So this would be a red chunk, or a this is a green chunk that's right next to a red chunk. They check their neighbors. They determine they do something that looks like this. They do something that looks like this. This is my algorithm right here. A bit of it. It's like half of it. I have to do a lot of patching up and stuff like that. The order of the spline points is very important. If you don't get them in the right order, the spline looks all sorts of fucksy-wucksy, so... Odd as a man of music, you could play the rhythm drums, like in the Galarian. I'm not sure what the Galarian is. Is that a WoW reference as well? But yeah, I could use music, so that would be nice. But yeah, so I mean, this is just testing different colored chunks and where their points are. They do like the half point, the halfway points. And you can see like these are like different scenarios on like how they would connect to each other, and like it would create like this little triangle here for a border between 4 different colored zones. And so like in the galleys, I see. As a German, I took German in high school. I remember absolutely none of it though, so so yeah, we have those splines generated, and I actually take the points and I randomly offset them a little bit to give them a little bit more flavor, a little bit more character there. And what we have, the white spots, are the spots that are going to be the... is it an MMO? I fucking wish. I'm not going to kid myself and act like I can make an MMO, so I'll just call it a multiplayer RPG. Colony Simulator roguelike is what I'll call it. But yeah, these white dots are going to be the zone entrances, right? So these are going to be areas how you get from zone to zone. And here's one such entrance here. It looks kind of bad right now, but I just wrote some code that I think might handle it. So I want to stop and replay here to see if it regenerates. Yeah, creating an MMO would be an absolute. That's the ultimate dream. That is the ultimate dream. Look at that! Oh, he did it! Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. It's all nice and smooth now. Beautiful. I head off to sleep. Have a nice night. Hey, you too. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, Icy. And the rest of you raiders. I hope it was a good stream on. I hope you got some stuff done. Hope you had some fun as well. I kind of reached the precipice of what I've been working on for the past week, so that's really exciting for me. And let me show you all. So an interesting thing to look at is this little view that I have here. And this is fun. This is kind of fun to look at. And so this was actually coloring the terrain chunks based on where they are in the world. So these are roughly the zones. And then I'll take my spline here and overlay that spline on there so you can see how that all lines up. And so yeah, this green section right here has a big lake in the middle of it. That's what the black is water, right? So kind of a big ocean there. But yeah, that's what that looks like. So that's kind of cool to look at. And then I think I want to teleport around, and it would be good to. I need to actually test a bunch of scenarios, right, for these zone entrances to see that they render correctly. So let's teleport around. I have a teleport function. Let's just go check out these two over here. Okay, I already see something messed up over there. That's okay for now. So it's really laggy while like the PCG is generating, but like that looks pretty sweet. And so I can click on them and I see like this is the zone entrance chunk right here, and I think there's another one right here. Yeah, so if I zoom out, so this is still the red area, this will be the green area right here, and then this cyan area, which actually basically borders another cyan area, is going to be this section right here. And then there's just like two entrances into each zone right there. And then we can see the green to blues right here. They're quite wide. I don't know if I like them that wide. Because that's actually very large. So like the player, like if you're down on the player level, you're like down here. So like you can't even see, right? Because the little bit of noise in the way there. Ooh, yeah. It's not quite blending properly. Now it doesn't have any fall off sides, so why wouldn't that be blending properly? So let me pull up the biome here. That's not the right one. Okay, so we're gonna have to search for this biome. Okay, that's a good example right there. So if it or a neighbor is a zone entrance chunk, I get rid of the points. Whenever I get, so that spline had extra points on it. Oh, now I want to turn back on the debug tool I had, where I had a debug thing that I built to, because what I have to do, so these splines are so long and there's so many vertices in each chunk. There's 58,000 vertices in a chunk, and I can show that to you like this. So there's 58,000 vertices in these big ones, in these I say big, this higher level of detail. I have two different levels of detail here. In the main ones, it's 58,000 vertices in the whole chunk. So for each vertice, what I'm doing is checking its distance to the closest spline. And when a spline has, like, 100 points, iterating through 100 points for each 58,000 vertices per chunk is a lot, right? Like that, whenever I had it like that, the code never finished running. I couldn't start the project, essentially. So what I had to do is I figured out that I could just subsection the splines, because if you think about it, let me pull up my, and of course I don't remember what number biome we were on. But there's a lot of points, and I only really need like the nearest ones. Okay, so here's an example, right? So for this chunk right here, I don't need to know about all the points over here, right? I don't care about that. I really only care about the points that this chunk has and the points that its neighboring chunks have. So when I go through each vertex, or rather when I'm generating the vertices for each chunk, I get the chunks, the points it cares about, right, from all of its neighbors. And so doing that, I can actually run the code. The code actually finishes running. And so I don't know where I was going with that, but just kind of explaining how it works, I suppose. Oh yeah, I was saying I built a tool to visualize what subsectioned spline the chunk was rendering for troubleshooting purposes, because that's what I was working on tonight before y'all showed up, and what I got working was troubleshooting that. Now, as far as like troubleshooting this, so what I know is one of these two, this is a zone entrance chunk, right? And when I'm checking, get rid of that to do. We're doing that. We're checking the neighbor chunk coordinate, get keys. So we're only checking in the cardinal direction. In the cardinal directions. We're not doing ordinal direction checking. So this chunk, and that's why, right? We need to check in the ordinal directions as well, I suppose. Because this is the reason it's not matching up. Well, this one actually isn't matching up quite right. Well, that's because it gets its neighbor's points. This still has points. Yeah, okay, so I think maybe... Yeah, I think there's a more eloquent way to do this. Not only that I catch those literal corner cases, but also that I can probably not generate them so big. Right, because really what I would need... Of course, let me go back to the visualizing the spline here. There we go. So really what I need is, I'm really getting rid of 2 spline points here for this zone entrance, and this will be right up here. So I really only want to get rid of 1. And I guess what I'm saying is, it's because its neighbor is a zone entrance, I can see that right here, zone entrance chunk, then it doesn't render the point. And actually, the point should be... The points are generated off this chunk. It goes right there and then right there. So I wonder if I should just... When I'm generating which chunks are the zone entrances, it's kind of like a post-processing type of thing. I don't do it while I'm iterating through each pixel of this terrain, of this map. I do it kind of afterwards. And so I could, and it's after I generate the borders and stuff, and I iterate through all the border chunks and kind of randomly determine which ones should be zone entrances based off of how many entrances that biome already has or not. And I include counting the neighbor chunks that are zone entrances as well. So I think when I'm doing that, rather than determining that the entire chunk is a zone entrance, maybe what I'll do is just determine that one of its points are zone entrances. And actually, an area I want to check out is this one right here. So this cyan area has a little, I call it a neck, or like a bridge chunk point here. A chunk point, not a choke point. It's a chunk point. And it's a singular chunk that connects this section here. I just want to see what that looks like. It actually is really cool. Let's run over there. Oh god, I'm stuck in the ground. Okay, let's try that again. And I don't have the PCG turned on all the way out here. I put bounds on it because just for debugging purposes to make it run smoother and not set my video card on fire. Step dev, I'm stuck. Are you stuck? What are you stuck on? Show me the breakpoint. I've thought about doing like a, maybe once I get some more viewers and stuff, doing like a technical therapy session. Just like, hey, if you have, some micromanaging product managers, or if you have like workflows that start from an Excel sheet, You know, I want to hear about it. I want to talk you through it. I think it could be pretty funny to do something like that. Just talk about all the bad practices that people experience in their, you know, in their workplace. Like, I had this one lady. She was a very nice lady, bless her heart. But what she would do before every sprint meeting that we had, I'm a software developer, by the way. Before every meeting that we had that was related to sprint things or take Jira tickets, right? She would copy all the latest updates on the tickets and put them into an Excel sheet. And she would go through her Excel, like she wanted to look at it in Excel. And so she spent like hours a day keeping this fucking thing updated. And the whole meeting was basically just her asking people if what she had in her sheet was updated. And I would constantly have to be like, no, the latest update is in the ticket. And she was like, okay, what is it? And so I would tell her, and then she would write that down in her Excel sheet. And I'm like, it was a contract gig. So whenever I finished the project, like towards the end, I was just like, I don't remember what exactly happened, but I was in the meeting with her and like some other guys, and like she asked me for the update, and she, like, we were sitting there waiting for her to type all this shit out before we could continue the meeting. And I was like, you know, maybe if you just like, we were just looking at Jira right now, we wouldn't have to sit here and wait for the sheet to be updated. And like one of the guys just like, he was like, I don't know, some sort of manager there or something. Like he just started laughing, like, because he knew the pain that I was experiencing. So yeah, I want to hear about shit like that. Like just bad shit that like is happening in your workplace. I've had molecular breeding workflows started from Excel sheets, and if anyone has ever parsed data from an Excel sheet, you'll know that there is a large number rounding error, and those large numbers happen to be IDs. And for this workflow, it was starting physical processes in labs, in molecular breeding labs. Yeah, and it was a fucking nightmare. And we had to write all this fucking code. I'm like, can we just write an interface for them to put this into, right? Like, no, we want to upload it from an Excel sheet because we're used to Excel and that's what we want to do. I'm like, well, we can create an interface that's like really flexible for you and like suits your business needs perfectly. No, they didn't want it. Yeah, it was a rough sell. It's a rough sell. Where else? I want to check out this area now too. I think the lake areas end up looking like really cool to me. And this project has come along quite a bit in the recent months since I've been streaming. I feel like I get a lot more done when I'm streaming. I'm just like more focused and stuff. But this used to just be all flat terrain, no flat noisy terrain. So little mountains, but no border mountains and no oceans. And so it's come a long way into looking like something that is an actual world that you'd like to explore. Still much to do. Each of these biomes is the same now, but they will be quite different. And I want to do things like changing the material for each zone, changing the noise for each zone, making some like deserts and some mountains, you know, swamps and stuff like that. And, you know, doing a bunch of different static meshes for the PCG stuff as well. Uh-oh. What do we have here? What do we have here? So, yeah, one thing I actually am surprised turned out so well is I'm using fall-off maps for the coastlines. And so whenever a chunk borders a black chunk, it is a coastline chunk. And what I do is you can actually see it a little bit here. Border sides is old, I need to delete that. But fall off sides, so this one is top and top left, is where the fall off side is applied. So top, and so this essentially generated a fall off map that was basically just like something like that. And I just subtracted it from what would be a otherwise normal chunk. And then that, I just have water sitting at 0, and so that put it underneath the water. And then my landscape auto material handled just coloring it. And my auto material is a work of art. So you can trust me, I know much about materials. This is actually peak material performance right here. It's also what your brain looks like inside when you start writing material logic, so checks out. I got that Map Maker Humble bundle installed today, and it feels like some Windows 98 software. Map Maker Humble bundle. I did get one of the recent Humble bundles that had like a ton of assets. I'm not sure what. Oh, are you talking about? Is it World Generator? Is that what it's called? If that's what it is, I know I've played around with that before. Unfortunately, those things can't generate at runtime, which is why I had to build my own kind of procedural system here for all this stuff. Cartographer 3. Okay, that's one I haven't heard of. But dude, honestly, the Windows 98 interface, goated. Right? No fucking fancy animation shit, no fucking slow-ass rendering on, you know, it was fucking snappy, it did what you needed it to, no extra, no frills, you know, nothing like that. I think there's still a skin you can... Uh-oh, what's happening here as well? It's actually very interesting. So this is like actually like the entrance into this bay, right? And so, yeah, I think where I was going with that earlier was that like these fall-off sides, I'm surprised at how well they play with the mountains, because I did have a lot of trouble blending them with my old mountain solution. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's another entrance chunk that's wonky. But yeah, you can actually see where the mountain would be if there was land there. But yeah, I think they're not blending together. I haven't done anything to account for them. So I think I probably just need to check maybe diagonals again or something. I think maybe I need to check the diagonal chunks. Uh-oh, I clicked somewhere. We're teleporting. Hello? Oh, there I am. And yeah, so what I'm planning to do with this game, I want a game like some of my biggest inspirations are World of Warcraft, of course. WoW taught me how to code, basically. Created my own World of Warcraft private server because my parents wouldn't pay for a subscription, and I wanted to know what all my friends were talking about at school because I felt left out. So I figured out how to make my own private server so that they could play with me, because I didn't want to play on like other private servers. So WoW is a huge inspiration to me. Love me some vanilla WoW, classic WoW. Some other games I really enjoy are RimWorld. And so I love colony simulators and strategy type games. And I've always wanted to play a game that was more of like, you know, I'm one of the colonists or something like that, and I can lead the colonists as an individual character that has... And not something that's like too survival-y. I feel like there's a lot of survival games now, but something that's maybe more survival light. Like this may be a little familiar if you played Valheim. Doing something like this. I know the animation is horrible, but we're getting there. So something survival light, more so RPG like a WoW. So I have some abilities and stuff like that. I'm not spawning anything, so maybe let me turn on the spawns. Turn those on. Show off some abilities. So yeah, I want it to be an RPG colony sim, and I also want it to be a roguelike because I love roguelikes. Specifically, Hades is one of my favorite ones. I love all things like God related in from any culture or mythology. And I think it's really fun. So I want to do something God-like, roguelike kind of thing. Yeah, I just have a few abilities now. I'm excited to work on combat some more, and how did I whiff that? There we go. Okay, I have a little dot, I have a little fireball, we got a little heal here. I will heal myself. Cult of the Lamb is really the only roguelike I played. That one's pretty fun too. It's a cute little fun game. Uh-oh, this colonist is getting attacked. I'm gonna save you. And another cool thing that I have working here is like AI generated quests. and AI as in like LLMs. So like what I'm going to do here is I'll inspect and generate a quest. And so I just sent an API request out to the Gemini API and basically gave it a bunch of my game data. And I gave it an example JSON structure. And I said, fill this out with a quest for this character. That is also like an AI generated character. And so I think this will add some fun procedural quest lines for players to go through. And so Gareth here is a 30-year-old male human warrior who is intelligent and compassionate. Possessed a natural curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, he uses his considerable strength and intellect to protect those he cares about. So when I talk to him, I've got like a quest now. My brother Thomas went missing. He's been researching a place called the Whispering Wood. I need your help to find him. And so yeah, it generated me some quest objectives here. And so my next steps for the system is to spawn some of the things that the AI API is giving me into the world, and then make these quests completable. And so that's another really fun thing. This is a pretty simple quest. There are quite a few more interesting ones, but I like that there's like a range of interest in these quests. I didn't know I could push those. When did that start happening? Oh no, he was trying to attack. Okay, so he had conflicting behavior tree commands. So he was trying to attack him originally, and then I attacked him and took aggro. And then I think that spawned two different, or I think I'm probably not completing a behavior tree node somewhere for that. So yeah. That's a little bit about what I want to do with my game. And then I have some building here. And I guess another cool part that I can show off is the dynamic tree chopping. And so why it flashed right there is because it actually took this static mesh and converted it into a dynamic mesh, and it chopped it right where I hit it. So wherever my axe connects with the tree, it'll actually procedurally chop the tree, and it deforms the all the vertices. Kind of hard to see. And now I have some wood in my inventory. And then I can use this wood to build things. Like this foundation here. And then there should be some mushrooms and stuff spawned in the world. Not very many, but you can eat food as well and recover health. And then I do have like a needs bar for like food and sleep. And so like those colonists you saw will actually, when they get hungry, they'll go search for food. When they get sleepy, they'll lay down on the ground. Yeah, so that's what I have working so far. Next steps for me, I definitely want to finish up what I'm doing here with the zone borders. I've done a lot of work to make this map interesting. It's actually fucking massive. Probably way too big. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's getting there, you know. I'm getting to some really fun stuff, and I've been working a lot with the procedural generation engine that I've built. So that's kind of what I'm on now. I think I'm going to finish up the borders, because what I haven't done too much, I haven't done like loot. Nothing drops any loot, so I'm excited to get into that and actually have some things to equip rather than a few weapons. I'm excited to do some new biome stuff, because right now all I really have is like a meadow biome and then this forest biome, and they look pretty samey. But yeah, there was a Humble Bundle pack that had like a ton of fucking shit in it that I just downloaded, so I'm excited to dig through that and find some new static meshes to use for these biomes. And then, you know, also get into doing things like points of interest, POIs, and stuff like that. I want to do the colony sim stuff is something that really excites me as well. I have a few behaviors in there already. Like I can recruit, we'll see, let's see if it's working. It's like every time I change something, let's join my colony, and then chop trees. Well, does he actually chop trees? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I broke it because there's an infinite loop detected. Okay, so yeah, it's not working, but it was working, such that he would go chop trees for me and add the wood to his inventory. And then I could also make them build things for me. So construction will happen quite a bit slower than what you saw with just this thing. This is just a dummy one for testing, so 1, 2. So that builds pretty fast. It's going to be a little bit slower than that, and like I want the game to be about the skills that you have. Like there's going to be skill bars for similar to RimWorld for like construction and planting, because there's going to be some farming in there. There's going to be different combat skills, and cooking is going to be a skill, researching going to be a skill. You're going to have social skills as well. I want to get in, I'm pretty sure I can make this AI quest generator generate me some Baldur's Gate 3 type difficulty dialogue checks that'll change the outcome based on if you can pass it with your social skills. And so I want to add all those different types of skills to the game and give colonists those attributes and those skill sets. And so you can go around and try to find or rescue colonists from, or maybe even recruit them. You can put them in prison. There can be crimes, stuff like that. So that's all really exciting to me as well. And I want to work on that. Hello. Hey, Red Narrowbird. How you doing? The roguelike elements are something I haven't gotten into at all, either. I don't think there's really a point to until I start getting some more abilities in the game and doing some actual class design. But unfortunately for that, what I need is visual effects. And I think most of these are like from the Infinity Blade assets that are like free. And then, I think there might be some Paragon ones in there as well. So, yeah, struggling to get, like, things like animations that aren't, like, Mixamo animations or something like that, like the free ones. Before I can really dig my teeth into combat and start making it look a lot better than what it looks now. I'm going to bed soon. Just want to drop by and say have a good stream night and have fun developing. I have had fun. I am about to do the same actually, so that's a good segue. But good night, Red Netterbird. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I should probably find someone for you all to raid to, because Odd was so kind as to raid me, and I'm sorry y'all caught me towards the end of the stream. I hope you come back and just stop by and check out the progress that I'm making, because I think it'll be a really fun game, and I love talking to people about all things game development and game design. Yeah, let's see who we have here. Odd is a sweetheart. He is. He's a good guy. Okay, so Traymix here. What is Traymix doing? Minecraft modding. Do we feel Minecraft modding, or do we want more Unreal Engine? I feel like that's probably why Odd viewed over here, rated over here. Damn, that's crazy. I'm the top Unreal Engine streamer right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Create block state.
Oh god, shush. Unreal Engine, Unreal. What's like the top Unreal tag? Is it just Unreal Engine? Is it just Unreal Engine? Probably, right? Unreal Engine 5, maybe? Yeah, I think it's just Unreal Engine. Or UE? Is UE a thing? UE5? This is like my third time raiding someone. Let's raid, who's this person?
That's what I want to do.
Do we feel like raiding a VTuber?
All these squares.
A VTuber working on audio, reactive virtual club. We all know Boom? Y'all want to go see Boom? Let's do that.
That's what I made yesterday.
Okay, we raiding.
Oh, so my computer crashed.
Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you all stop by again, and yeah, just come say hey. Ask me what I'm working on.
So after my stream crashed of like
and have a good night,
Inside for
everyone.
like 12 hours. I remade it in like 3 hours. Crashed, but that's so cool, isn't it? How cool is that? So we have the spinny thing. No. Oh. Oh my god. Mic check, mic check. That was weird. I don't know. I think my USB was dying.